Archaeo served as a member of the Blood Angels chapter during the 41st millennium. The biological brother of Sergeant Rathan, their sibling rivalry drove the two apart in order for both to thrive as sons of the Angel. Assigned to the battle barge, Belus, by Chapter Master Dante, Archaeo and his kindred ventured into the void for a solar decade, seeking to retrieve the lost Archaeotech weapon of their Primarch, the Spear of Telesto. Locating the weapon on the world of Evangelion, with aid from the Puritan Inquisitor, Ramius Steele, the Blood Angels wrestled the artifact from the ignorant Greenskins. Promoted to the ranks of their honor guard by sanguinary priest Sakael, little would Archaeo know that his ascension was part of Inquisitor Steele's plot to manipulate the Blood Angels into serving the Changer of Ways, Tzeentch, implanting a wolf-spawned mutagen into the spinal column of Archaeo, which would slowly transform his visage to replicate that of the Great Angel. Upon the cemetery world of Cybele, the blood siblings of Baal would once again reunite. Facing the Wordbearer's threat, led by Iskavan the Hated, alongside Rathan, Archaeo's daring infiltration of the world's spaceport allowed for its guns to sunder the orbiting Grand Cruiser, Ogre-Lord. Saving the life of Sakael from demonic forces, with the Blood Angels returned to the Belus, Inquisitor Steele offered Archaeo the chance to hold the inert Spear of Telesto, its activation at the touch of Archaeo, spilling glorious golden light within the confines of the chamber. Heralding Archaeo as Sanguinius Reborn, Rathan watched his brother bask in the adoration of his kin, yet could not share in their amazement of what those present would regard as Archaeo the Blessed. Redeployed to the world of Shenlong as they harried the Wordbearer's forces, Rathan's mentor, Sergeant Chorus, fell to the Black Rage, following an audience with Inquisitor Steele, forewarning Rathan that the Blood Angels were being manipulated before succumbing to wounds incurred in battle. Vaporizing the Wordbearers by unleashing the light of the Spear of Telesto, the Blood Angels beheld Archaeo's miraculous mastery of their Genesire's weapon as they stood unwounded from its purging light. Resolute in their belief that Archaeo was indeed the reborn avatar of Sanguinius, Rathan watched as the people of Shenlong began to abandon icons of the Emperor in deference to the spear of Archaeo the Blessed. Forging a suit of golden armor for the reborn angel, a rift began within the Blood Angels as the symbol of Dante's sacrosanct order of Seraphs drew the line of heresy for some who bore witness to its construction. Instilling a suicidal zealousness within the populace of Shenlong, the Dark Apostles hiding within the tunnels of the planet confronted the Blood Angels as mayhem erupted. Culling the traitors before assuming governorship of the planet, Archaeo raised an army in his name known as the Warriors of the Reborn, an action which signaled to Rathan that his brother had now crossed into the realms of madness. Dispatching word to Lord Commander Dante that Archaeo intended to enact a blood crusade to reunite his chapter under his own banner, the subsequent investigation, conducted by Epistolary Vode and Captain Galio, began infighting within the chapter. Cutting down their brethren as Vode saw within Archaeo the tendrils of Tzeentch, the enraptured Blood Angels turned their guns on Rathan as he attempted to flee the planet. Sending word to Baal that Dante must meet with Archaeo on the shrine world of Sabian to surrender control of the Blood Angels to him, the Lord Commander assigned Chief Librarian Mephiston to meet in his stead. As Rathan escaped, mutations began to change Archaeo's body, seeing visions of his death at the hands of his brother as wings sprouted from his back and the Spear of Telesto rejected his presence. Meeting with Archaeo upon the shrine world of Sabian, Mephiston judged Archaeo to be a pretender controlled by the heretic Inquisitor Steele, and demanded a trial by combat as demanded by the outlines of the Blood Angels' tome, the Book of Lords. Revealing himself from his disguise within the crowd of Blood Angels, Sergeant Rathan requested he face his brother in the duel, his offer granted by the Lord of Death as he witnessed the clash of siblings. Imbued with superhuman strength and the ability to fly, Archaeo nonetheless faltered against the martial skill of Rathan, as his attempts to use the Spear of Telesto to destroy him failed. The spear incapable of harming a true son of Sanguinius with its light, Archaeo wrestled Rathan in the air, his wing cut off before hurling his brother to the ground. As Archaeo fled, the Blood Angels gunned one another down, Mephiston's psychic powers blamed for the source of the outburst of chaos by Steele, as Wordbearers descended upon their position. Warning Rathan that failure to slay his brother promptly would require orbital bombardment of the Shrine World, Mephiston ordered the Sergeant to end the madness of the Blood Angel civil war. Given a jump pack to reach Archeo on an equal footing, Rathan fought his brother above the ruins of an ancient cathedral before Archeo cast down the unresponsive spear. Resting tip upward, by divine will of the Emperor or mere chance, Rathan struck his combat knife into Archeo, causing him to fall before being impaled by the spear. Begging his sibling for forgiveness as the life fled from his body, Rathan laid to rest his brother and showed his kinsmen the folly of their actions. Victorious over the ruinous powers, Rathan constructed a funeral pyre for Archeo as a matter of the rituals of purgation, refusing the honor of captaincy of the 6th Company and requesting to give clemency for his kinsmen's actions. The legacy of Archeo, that of a naive upstart, brought low by hubris and ambition.